It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4, and the checkered flag, he wins his first NASCAR highlights.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. The GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatic, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Good evening everybody and welcome to ARL-TV. We're calling the action today live from Australia, Phillip Island Circuit for the ARL-TV's GP260 Championship. This is round 16, so we're pretty much at the business end now, just 2 more rounds to go after this. I'm joined in the commentary box this evening with Dean Prescott. Hello Dean, how you doing?
You can hear me, but my PC's just...
Yeah, we've got you loud and clear.
My driver's just stopped working, so fingers crossed that doesn't cause too many problems, but yes.
Technical issues, as always, ARL-TV, we love a little bit of that. Yeah, round 16, Phillip Island, the Star Mazdas. Tell us a little bit about the track layout and what the guys are going to expect out there today.
Well, it's a tough little track. It's only 2.76 miles, so say little, it's not that little, but it's a fast and technical track.
Yeah, 12 turns in total. A lot of those tend to be sort of like flat out kinks. It's really the sort of the 2 hairpins that cause most of the headache for the drivers. But it's also very fast as well, so a good combination of high and slow speed car controls needed. We've got about 7 minutes left of qualifying at the moment. So far 15 drivers have qualified. We'll give you a bit of an update on that later, but just having a quick look at last round at Mid-Ohio. I believe you were in the box for that one as well. Was that a good race? I see Mr. Repuzard took that one.
It was an interesting race at the start. We had a bit of a coming together, but then once it got going, it was spread out as normal. And then a lot of action towards the end, with those guys caught out in the first lap incidents, was coming back through to take the final spot off Conrad Venter, actually.
And we saw last week, obviously, Repuzard claimed the top spot for the series as well. 323 points now, he can't be caught. So congratulations, Tony, for that. But the battle between Peter Velkov and Nenad Matejevich for second place also spread apart a little bit, with Nenad only getting 12th place. So Peter's looking strong for P2 in the championship now. Fourth place, you've got Marco Montaldo. Colin Cunniff, not far behind him as well. No, sorry, Colin just... can't read. Colin's quite some way behind, really. It's the top four that are all fighting in, so... I think Marco's got a chance of jumping Nenad for the last of the cash prizes.
Third, isn't it?
Yep,
For the
top
last
three.
one.
Yeah, all the top three. Just to round out the top 10, sixth place you've got Paul Nelson, and then João Rodriguez. John Allert's moved himself up to 8th place, and Wojciech Rabstein in 9th. Liam Williams is 10th. So those guys could all have a little battle, all within in a shout. So we'll have a little see. Charles Sears is 11th. Is Charles in today? I don't know if I've seen his name. Here he is. So he might have a little chance at just getting into that top 10. Got about 5 minutes left of qualifying then, so just to have a look at the standings as they are at the moment. Repsard is currently sitting in pole position with a 25.231. It's closely followed by Velkov with a 301 and Nenad with a 385. Those three seem to have been really close all season, and nice to see that it's following suit here. Wojciech is in 4th, Marco Montaldo in 5th, and João Rodriguez is in 6th. I expect we'll see some changes to that as the rest of the session continues, but I've been quite surprised to see a lot of drivers making mistakes out there. So I know we said it was a technical track, but I would have thought they'd have had the cars dialed in ready for this one, but seems like there might be some last minute preparation going on in out there.
Yeah, it's a tough one because of the off-power oversteer that really catches a lot of people out, especially the low downforce track. But
we see a bit of pit lane mayhem there. I could see that coming a mile off. Just obviously one of the Arden cars there just stopping in at the end of the pit lane, waiting for some drivers to pass through.
yeah, looking in practice, it does look like it's turn 2 that most of them are having the problem with. Oh dear.
Yeah, always tricky when trying to leave the pit lane there. You literally come out right in the way of traffic, so we'll have to keep an eye on that through the course of the race. But Lee Thompson's qualifying lap was pretty much scuppered there. Having a quick look at last race results as well. It's nice to see Lee followed his traditional style of not finishing.
I can say that he actually took himself out last week. Makes a change. But I think again Lee's only had the hour practice before to actually get used to the track on the car on the track, so.
Well, I know he said about midway through the season, when obviously he had all that terrible luck, that he was pretty much just sort of turning up now just to make sure he was in that raffle at the end of the season for the GT Omega racing cockpit or the wheel stand, whichever is available. Just at that point, it's worth just giving a little plug perhaps to some of the main sponsors for the series. We obviously have GT Omega Racing, so thank you to Leo there for supplying the prizes to give away, as well as Sim News Daily, who also co-sponsor this. And you know, if you haven't seen his site, pop over to it, simnewsdaily.com. Let's not forget Apex Racing League as well, for they host this, put it all on, apply all the moderation, and let us broadcast it. So big shout out to them. You know, do go check them out as well, more than just iRacing Leagues over there. And if you want to get in touch with us tonight, we are on Twitter and Facebook as well, at ARL-TV for Twitter, and we'll pick up any questions on there and try and answer them throughout this broadcast. Just about a minute left to go. I'm not sure we're going to see too much change now. John Allett, pretty much the biggest mover from earlier on, up to 5th place. Marco Montaldo, I thought he'd be a little bit higher. Liam Williams, nice time there in 7th place. Nenad way down in 8th place actually, so he's got to pick it up a little bit. Sorry, I'm looking at practice times.
I was just thinking that actually. Getting
just
confused with myself. I was thinking, am I behind?
It's just all gone Pete Tong.
You've only had a couple of weeks off, Alex. Surely
Yeah.
it can't be haunting you already.
Yes, and then I did third place. Wojciech up there. Marco. John Allett still in 7th. Liam 9th. Not quite got back into the 25s. But yeah, sorry about that there, guys.
Yeah, we've got Darren in the box, and you're just doing the commentaries, so you've got less stuff to do, less stuff to worry about.
Yeah, it was just I only did a little part in the F1 race last weekend, but actually it was good fun to sort of free up my hands and brain cells just a little bit, because obviously trying to do the cameras and talk and everything is just an absolute nightmare. So definitely better just being the commentator.
So we've just got the 2 people left to finish the flying lap, if it is a flying lap. Got Wojciech in 4th. We run wide, so I think that might be void. And Fabio down in 11th. And he's spun it as well, so...
Yep, so just to finalise the grid as it stands then. Wojciech gone through. Tony Repuzar does indeed take pole position for this round 14 of the ARL-TV GP260 series. The 125.231. Peter Velkoff in second place with 25.301. 16, my bad. Nenad Mityaevich, 25.385. Wojciech Grabstein in 25.436. Marco Montaldo with a 25.530. João Rodriguez 25.574. And John Allett is 7th place with a 25.775. Very, very close. Cameron Barker 25.805. Liam Williams in 9th with a 26.061. And rounding out your top 10 is Paul Nelson with a 26.048. Definitely not on fire tonight.
I think we need a stand in here, Darren, if you were. Nah, I'm joking. So yeah, people are now starting to grid up. I can hear, I think. Quite a few, just waiting for a few more.
All about the start really for Tony. He doesn't need to win it, but he's just going to go for it, I think, for pride. Peter Velkoff will want to try and nip a victory here today. Now Matevich obviously needs to beat him.
Looking for the final driver. Here is John Allett. There he is.
Last driver on the grid. Engine revs slowly start to build. The lights are coming on. And we are racing here at Phillip Island, round 16 of the GP260 series. Great start from Tony Repuzar there. Velkoff got a little bit bogged down. Nenad round the outside. He's going to have the inside going into turn 1 here. Side by side, Rabstein
Oh,
in the
someone
Lotus
very
there.
sideways backwards. Is that Lee or is that Aaron? He's just spun off in the background. I just saw.
Oh, the Venezuela GP cars take each other out there. Disaster for the teammates. This is why team orders are in F1, we think. Oh, and I think Wojciech having a look on Rabstein down into the first hairpin there. That was very, very close.
Very close racing straight off the bat, but it's allowing Tony to pull away.
I think we've got Liam up quite a way as well. He's benefited from oh god, the cars all over the place. I think it was Lee Thompson off as well earlier on, just seeing where he is on track at the moment. But a lot of cars involved.
Somebody's gone into the hairpin.
I think that was yeah, that's Nenad. Nenad off. But yeah, so the pack spread out massively already with all the different incidents we've had. Drivers in the pit lane, everything. Just a bit of a disaster, really, at the start. Gonna have a quick replay of the start, see what happened there with all of the action. Having a look at the middle of the pack really, just to see what went on. Especially, I think that's the Venezuelan guys that caused a great deal of it. And there's a check up there, and yeah, Cameron Barker checked up, and I think that's why Lee Thompson got involved in it, and Paul Nelson as well. And then the Venezuelan GP guys, yeah, they literally collected about 3 or 4 other cars at the same time as they come together. 2 separate incidents, but major problems in this pack.
It was actually Aaron who got caught up in the first one.
So then Lee got caught up in the second one, as both Caterhams were involved in either one. So just not the car to be in. Gonna have a quick look at what happened to Nenad as well on the first lap. Yeah, just having a quick look at that there. Looks like he was, I don't think he was, he got overtaken I think there by Wojciech. Oh, he got hit from behind there. Disaster going into the hairpin. I think that was Peter Velkoff that hit him from behind. That's one way to sure guarantee your second place in the championship.
We're already 3 laps into this 30-lap race. And we've got people getting lapped already. And those are the ones that were stuck in the first corner incident.
Yeah, like you say, we've got drivers being let past here, there and everywhere, different battles, people on different laps. It's pretty going to be a tough race for us to keep up with what's going on with people where they are. But just to run down the order after, spinner there, Charles Sears, and I think that's John Alec just about avoided him, as well as Cameron Barker going on the other side. So good driving from him. But yeah, the standings as they are at the moment, Tony Reprisod leads the way 1.6 seconds in front. Wojciech Rabstein in second place, he'll be delighted with that. Peter Velkoff in third, Liam Williams in an impressive fourth, Charles Sears was in fifth but obviously drops himself down. Nenad up to fifth, Paul Nelson in sixth. Charles drops down to seventh, Lee Thompson back up to eighth, so he didn't obviously get any damage from that incident, so he's still out there, so he got a chance to get some points today. Conrad Venter in 9th place. I know of one cameraman that will be a little bit gutted about that if he nips some points in there.
Not just the cameraman, you know.
Darryl Rodriguez 10th. Let's just see what happens. He might outscore.
Quite a few of us actually. If Conrad stays in 9th, so he'll get the 2 points.
Yeah, I think the best battle on the track at the moment is between Wojciech and Velkoff. They come down through the last of the hairpins around this tricky left-hand corner, a very long, bumpy left-hander. Want to get as much power down as possible because it leads onto this main straight. But as we see Reprisod in the shot there, just pulling away.
Just like he normally does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he came on the server he said he hadn't done much practice, but he'd done enough. Mighty quick in this car. Obviously a lot of the drivers have, I'm not 100% sure if the official series has already been to the Phillip Island this season, but...
Not sure if it's been there this season.
Velkoff has a look.
Wojciech sideways.
Yeah, I think Wojciech got scared out of it there as they're again just trying to have the inside. Wojciech going to hold on to this. Peter's going to try it around the outside. Very, very tricky. Got to rely on the driver on the inside not to push out wide.
Still side by side.
It's who's going to have the inside for this corner. Yeah, I think
Going for the cutback though.
I thought Peter had pulled out of it there. He thought it probably best. Very, very tricky to maintain it around the outside of that left-hander. Yeah, I think Wojciech, a driver that's never really delivered this season. He's definitely shown that he has the pace to sort of run in the top 5 most races, but always makes silly mistakes. And let's just hope he keeps it together here today and he's got himself a P2, or at least a podium, because these guys are still pulling away from Liam Williams, who's coming under a little bit of pressure as well.
Those two guys behind Liam are back
Marcus looking at it as well. Yep, Nenad in 5th place, some 6 seconds behind now.
It does actually look like there's a little battle just further back with Paul Nelson and Charles. And then are just in front. Wojciech looks like he's just learnt his lesson from the first of the hairpins from last lap. Held his line perfectly well.
Yeah, I think he got, like I say, I think he got sort of scared out of it. He saw Peter coming in there and he just wanted to make sure that he didn't get hit, and it was the end of the race for him, so give Peter some room there, knowing that he could hold the inside, but I don't think he expected Peter to hold it around the outside of the left-hander following that just as well as he did.
It is quite tricky to pass, but I have done it there myself in this exact car, so it can be done. Although that was back in 2012 season 2. So a lot has changed on the car since.
Paul Nelson coming under ever amounts of pressure from Charles Sears down this, coming up to this main straight. Got back markers slow on the left hand side. I think Charles having a look down into turn 1, he's got the slipstream side by side. You can go too wide through here, Paul thinks better of it, gives the place to Charles there.
If I'm not mistaken as well, I think they are actually running out of 6th gear down the front straight. Oh! There's Velkov very sideways into the hairpin. Wojciech did very well to spot it and got out of the way.
Yeah, Wojciech possibly going to lose a place to Williams here. Williams having a look around the outside. Got to be careful. Doesn't want to slip up and make any mistakes, otherwise Nenad's going to be on the back of him really quickly.
Now we have spotted a little bit of a pattern with Liam Williams. Tends to come in the pits quite early, get himself in some clean air and just bang those laps in. So it'll be interesting if he does it this time.
Goes in a little deep there. He's quite a lot higher up than he ever has been in this sort of stage of a race though, and there's no reason why he can't have a clean air run.
Yeah, especially back markers left, right and centre as well, so...
Yeah, although he's coming under a bit of pressure from one of the back markers at the minute, it might almost be worth just letting him go.
Looks like we might have missed this one off camera, but Lee Thompson is up into 7th. Got past Charles Sears.
Yeah, I'm guessing Charles must have made a mistake after getting past Paul. Wondering if we can...
It was going through Lucky Heights into the hairpin.
We can just have a quick look at that back on the replay.
Lucky Heights, Darren, is the last of the hairpins, 10-10. Just so you know.
Yeah, hopefully when we get that up we'll just see what happened there, but just having a quick look at it back now. Just looks like he clipped the inside curb going through the left-hander and it just unsettled the car, and as soon as he needed to apply the brakes, that's it, around the car came. Right onto the grass, no way back from there.
He learns from it this time though. Keeps it nice and straight.
Yeah, he's gone again actually, as Charles. It's into the first of the hairpins this time. He's having a horrid time out there.
No, that was actually coming out of turn 10 again.
It was indeed, sorry, my apologies. The jump-in replay caught me out, they look quite similar. That's my excuse, and I'll stick with it. I've got Wojciech and Peter again.
I'm not sure what's up with Wojciech. He just seems a lot slower than normal.
Yeah, something must have happened somewhere, because... and that's...
Velkov's
Velkov gone. Again.
He's getting a little bit impatient, does it look like? From here?
You're not really sure what's going on, because Velkov's last laps wasn't bad or anything like that. What was,
Ooh, Wojciech's was 130.
Yeah, well, so he lost, 4 seconds there.
Ah, yes. It was lap 8 coming into the first of the hairpins. Looks like he's
Exactly
coming up on a
where,
back marker.
Peter lost it as well, so...
In fact, yes, it was Repisard.
Yeah, he did 31 as well, so...
A lot of interesting things happening up front. Repisard lost it coming out of turn 2. Just got onto the grass.
Yeah, Wojciech's gone again. And gets it back on, same place as the last lap. Nenad's really closing in the back of these guys now.
So he's dropped down to 4th position, putting Liam up into 3rd, Peter up
Yeah.
into 2nd.
Charles Sears has had another spin off camera as well. That's promoted Conrad Venter up another place.
I think we might have to switch to focus on crashes pretty soon.
But Williams is going to be up to 3rd place as well. So he just needs to keep himself out of trouble, which is what he's done so far. He's picked up a few places. But Nenad looks quite quick. He's definitely sort of the most consistent driver out there at the moment. So lap 11, and Repisard has a 5.8 second lead.
I'm not sure what's going on with Charles, he's just very slow.
Yeah, I don't know if he's picked up any damage or something like that.
Going into the pits. It actually sounds like he's run out of fuel.
Yeah, it does indeed. 10 laps. I'm wondering if he's left his quali fuel in there. I mean, he's going to be able to get it in and get it fueled for the rest of the race. But definitely a mistake from him there.
Yeah, needs to do 20 laps on this. Maybe it's worth him taking some tyres at the same time. And that is if he can get enough fuel in the car to finish the race.
Yeah, Wojciech's really starting to close the gap on Williams, and Nenad's not too far behind him now, so Williams just really needs to hold his line, hit his marks, try and get Nenad to actually start battling with Wojciech, just to give him something to look behind rather than just focusing his attention on him.
So it all seems to be happening. maybe down into turn 4, that is, isn't it? The first of the opens.
Yeah, Wojciech had a little look, but Nenad had a look at him around the outside as well, which made him think twice about trying to do anything that might give him a poor exit off the corner there. But yeah, Williams again, we'll see both these guys in his rearview mirror and be just pressure will be mounting. That was ever so difficult, especially going down here. They go given the wide entry, very wide berth, as we would say. Compromised his exit off of here, and he decided to opt into the pits. Gone in early. I think that's the right move as well. He's under a lot of pressure, so again now get some clean air. He won't get held up by being overtaken or anything like that.
It's just a matter of where he comes out, though, really.
Yeah, so really the battle on the track at the moment is between Wojciech and Nenad. Lee Thompson up to 5th place now, with Williams pitting.
He's just coming out, is Williams. And that's Carr in front of him.
Yeah, Paul Nelson's in the pits as well, so he's going to stay in 6th place. Conrad Venter coming down the main straight now as well.
Yeah, so Liam has actually come out in some clean air. He's just got Lee in front of him. I'm gonna guess Conrad behind him, so it does look like the perfect time to pit for Liam.
Yes, yeah, the rest of his race pans out. We'll keep checking back in with him, see what sort of lap times he's doing. I know Peter's been taking tyres during his pit stops quite a lot this these last few races. Did he do the same again at Mid-Ohio?
I think we missed most of the pit stops because there was so much happening. The back markers coming back through, but I think he was actually involved in that as well, so if I remember. Peter. I know he finished 2nd.
Yeah, Peter's got 5-second lead now over Wojciech and Nenad, so now that he's got himself past Wojciech, he's basically putting the pedal to the metal and really pulling away. I don't think he's closing up to Tony any, but certainly looks like he's making this 2nd place his own.
Yeah, Tony's just putting in 25s. Peter was actually quicker last lap, so he would have pulled some back. But Repside stays out for lap 14, coming around to 15.
Looking at some of the chat text there as well. Charles Sears having another little spin just in front of Lee Thompson. It's the last thing Lee would have wanted to see.
So we've got Peter now in the pits.
Yeah, lap 14. It's a short race today, really.
Wojciech and Nenad stay out. But Nenad just doesn't seem to have the pace to keep up with Wojciech.
No, he was saying in the practice chat as well that he just didn't feel 100% comfortable here. It felt like he was, just didn't have the pace really to compete. And I think, it's pretty true to his word there. He just seems to be struggling a little bit.
That was actually a good point from Darren. He said possible damage.
Yeah, it could well be, because he got hit, didn't he, from behind, so he could well have rear wing damage there. So we'll keep an eye actually on his lap times, and when he does pit, we'll see if there's any kind of improvement.
Got Lee Thompson in the pits. Looks like he's taken some tyres. So he'll be coming out 8th, possibly 9th.
Yeah, Paul Nelson's just jumped back in front of him. Paul had a pit stop quite early as well, same time as Liam.
Now he comes out in front of
Yeah, so he's in
Rodriguez?
eighth. He's in 8th place at the moment. Rodriguez is going to need an additional pit as well, so he should be fairly safe from him. Conrad Venter, 6th place, he'll need a pit. Rather surprisingly, Velkov has pitted and come out behind Williams. So I'm guessing that he took tyres there. I missed that, but
Who was that, sorry?
Velkov, I'm pretty sure he's took tyres just looking at the length of time in the pits. And Charles Sears is off again. He's having an absolute mare today out there. I'm thinking with the fresh tyres that Peter will catch Liam up pretty quickly, but catching and passing are completely different things.
I was just about to say Peter does have Charles to give him a tow, but Charles moves over.
Yeah, no Colin Cunniff this week as well. I'm not sure where he is.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few drivers actually. Neil Archibald, Ryan Littlemore, who was ill last week. I do believe he still is, so. As I can see, Aaron Mullen taking a shortcut with a lot of rear wing damage.
Yeah, he's already been in the pits once, so I'm thinking that's his day completely and utterly done. So let's see if I can see what happened there. And he just lost it on his own. Yep, turn 1 just got loose, rear-ended the tyre wall. And Wojciech's into the pits. So's Nenad.
Nenad, yeah.
Have a quick look what Nenad's race times were. He was sort of like in the low 26s. So yeah, Repsard out there, you can see him going. Nenad got a great stop there. He's right behind Repsard, and yeah, let's hope he hasn't short-filled that.
He must have short-filled. Like he was in 3rd, wasn't he? In some way behind Repsard.
He stayed out a little bit longer though, so maybe he started with a slightly heavier fuel load so he could do that short stop. I think we've got someone going off behind this as well. I'm not sure who that is. It's Williams. Williams is off in the Dams car. He'll be gutted with that. Pit stop strategy worked out perfectly for him, but makes a little mistake here.
Yeah, it just looked like he did that on his own. Coming through turn 2, very sideways. Tried to control it, but...
I'm guessing Wojciech has had a pit lane speeding penalty there because he's only going through the first of the chicanes now. So through the left-hander. So he's massively behind. That must have been a 20-second pit lane speeding penalty there. So Williams probably find himself down into 4th place after that, which actually still not too bad for him. He'll be pretty happy with that. We've got battle here between Conrad Venter and Fabio Mantellini. Conrad trying to hold on to that 9th spot. Conrad desperate to pick up a point this season. A little bit wide there. I think Fabio looks like he's definitely got the pace on Venter here.
It doesn't actually look like Fabio's actually pitted yet, though.
Yeah, Fabio caught up in that turn, well, lap 1 instant as well, so...
Whereas Conrad pitted lap 15.
Yeah, and Rodriguez as well, he was caught up in that lap 1. There we go, Mantellini's into the pits. So we've got Rodriguez as well, he's still got a pit, so Conrad could well jump him as well and back up into 8th place.
Just a little bit further up the road, we've got Wojciech back on pace behind Paul Nelson for 5th and 6th position.
Yeah, and Williams has got a 12-second gap over those guys, so he'll be hoping that those guys battle for a while, and should give him enough of a gap just to take it easy.
Also, Peter Velkov catching back up to Nenad's.
Yeah, that taking the tyres through the pit stop phase is setting back a little bit, but he will be quick on this last run, and we've got 11 laps still to go, 4 seconds. Let's just have a quick look at the lap times. 25.7 last time by, 25.6, and then 25.5, and we compare that with, well, I can't really compare it with Repstar because obviously he pitted, but 25.5 on the last lap there. So I'm wondering if Repstar has taken tyres because he had a little bit of a lead and wants to cover off Velkov there, which is why Nenad looked like he come out so close behind him.
Nenad though doesn't, like I said before, he doesn't seem to be on the pace. He's only dropped into the 25s once. I think. Sorry, he got into the 25s in qualifying, but in the race he's just not matching the pace where these guys in front of him and behind him are. So.
It looks like Mantellini's had a problem in the pit lane. I'm not really sure what's gone on there, but he hasn't come out of it, so like his race might be done.
Velkov looks to the outside.
Tricky move to make it stick round there. It can be done. You will have the inside for the next corner. Have to have confidence that the driver's going to give you room. Oh, very close. Contact between them. I could see that coming. It's whether or not Velkov manages to keep it going. He has done indeed. Got enough of a gap.
Did well to keep it out of that marshal's box, really. But Nenad's car does look like it has some contact damage on the left pod.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at Velkov just to see if he's got anything visible. Wings look all intact, so I think he's got away with that one pretty much unscathed. So Nenad's got some damage there. It's possible that he could catch back up to him and put a move on. Repsol just dominating out there. 25.7 last time by. Doesn't need to push too hard now, he's got a nice little buffer gap.
Yeah, Velkov does look like he's just trying to feel the car.
And Nelson still got Grabstein close up behind him. Just looks like we might have lost Nelson. Oh, he's back again. So, curse those internet connections sometimes.
He is on his own track as well. Is Mr. Paul Nelson?
Yeah, one he should know well. I say the cars regularly come here in the official series as well, so it won't be new to the drivers. We've had some interesting layouts this season, but this is certainly not one of them.
It's quite amazing to see that closing speeds up into the first of the pins.
Looks like Velkov struggling out there a little bit as well. Just saw him went down Lucky Heights there. His car all sorts of sideways. Lost quite a lot of time now on Nenad. I would say Nenad's. He has got a bit of damage, but needs to hold it together for 8 laps. I think he's got this. Williams still looking good for 4th though. 10 seconds in front of Nelson now. With him coming under ever amounts of pressure. Lee Thompson still in 7th place at the moment. Rodriguez half a lap behind, if not more. Conrad Venter, 9th place as well. think if he can just stay on the lead lap, then
He has got Repsol coming up behind him.
just see in the distance.
But he kind of has a huge gap back down to Marco though, so he should be good for that unless he has any problems. Blows an engine, spins off.
Yeah, and we know that can happen as well. It's so easy just to shift a little bit too quickly in one of the hairpins.
I just heard someone spinning off then by the sound of it. Oh, it's Charles again.
Yeah, Charles, he's just not having fun out there today.
I think you might need a few more clicks of front and rear wing on that car.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's almost, at this point you would almost be worth just driving into the pits and resting up for the night, because it's not going to get much better. Might get worse though.
In fact, this is actually a little battle here between Charles and Cameron.
Let's have a quick look at that thing. Cameron Barker caught up in turn 1 incident, and I think he got caught up in another incident as well later to run with Alert,
he gets
which was
a
off
great
camera.
run out of the final turn. He's just left him.
I'm not sure quite what's going on with Charles's car. It just looks slow as well. Well, just looking at the chat between them, there might have been you might have just let him go there. Didn't need to. Was for position.
Is Charles not saving fuel? Come in on lap 10, didn't he? So
Yeah, quite possible.
although he is one lap down.
Yeah, that one lap probably be enough, I would think.
Saw the first guys with Liam Williams on lap 12, didn't we? So
Yeah, Repsol right behind Venter now, so not going to be able to stay on the lead lap, but could be a problem. Conrad, a driver that does a lot of different series. Got some league races that he deals with, as well as some of the officials. I know he's in the Riley, the Star Mazda. I think he's in the MX-5 and all sorts. So he does well to turn up to all the races. Just keep it on track. Should, in theory, get some points out of it today.
yeah, the rookies actually finished last night, so that gets him out of that car. He does the IndyCar fixed, I think, Indy Road, as well as the Daytona prototype. But I think he's had a few problems with tracks this week, so he just concentrated on the Daytona. But he's doing well, actually.
Yeah, not too much going on the track at the moment. Really, just Paul and Wojciech, the only drivers relatively close to each other, but Paul seems to have built up a bit of a gap, and the pace that Wojciech had at the start of the race just doesn't seem to be delivering it.
Yeah, I was just about to say there's Nenad as well up front, Nenad and Velkov. They seem to have got a lot closer again.
Fresh tyres of Peter out in there. Yeah, definitely closing as you see him coming under the brake in there. I think Nenad needs to hold on to this. He's still got the chance for second place in the championship. He can get those extra few points today, close that gap back up.
He's 29 points behind Velkov. So He does have a good chance.
Yeah, you have to think one win in the last 3 races and a couple of second places, and he'd probably be right on his tail, if not just jumping him. So I'd say that's his target. Going to be difficult though. Velkov looks like he might have a bit of a run this time by. We know what happened last time. He's forcing him to the outside again. So, as far as Nena's concerned, let's do it again exactly the same way. Peter decides not.
Does look like it had a little bit of a squirrely moment though, coming into turn 2.
Got a great run there as well through, like you say, through turn 2. Managed to use the camber of that inside curb really well. I thought he was going to get a bit of a run going into the hairpin, but I don't think he's far enough. He doesn't look.
Gives him the line.
And Nenad's got the inside line for this corner, which is important. He ducks back up the inside. Has a little look. Probably sensible not to try and follow through there, because that would have ended in disaster for both drivers.
He's pretty much single line driving for the rest of the lap. But you can have a look down here, which he is looking. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, really, it's into turn 1 is the main place to overtake. I know he's a bit nervous about what happened the last time round, but I think if Nenad keeps covering the inside, he's going to have to try and do it around the outside. Just give him a little bit more room. Again, fantastic exit. He's trying desperately. He wants that inside line. Nenad's not letting him have it. Here we go again. Round 3. Is he going to hold it? He's going to go for it. Side by side again.
Oh, I don't think you could have got much closer than that.
Yeah, he's got it though. Surely this time Nenad's going to have to hold it around the outside. You can do it. There's a bit of camber out there that will help him. He might get a run back up the inside. Conrad Venter getting out of the way. Nice driving. Doesn't want to affect this battle.
He's got the run though, on the outside.
Yeah, Peter's going to have to hold it, but still side by side. Surely Nenad's got the line. Oh, contact! It looked like a bit of a netcode hit there. Terrible. Unfortunate. Oh, Nenad straight into the wall. Nothing he can do. Race over for...
In fact, this is played into the hands of Liam Williams.
Yeah, Williams as well is going to get himself up to P2 here. Indeed, Velkov off. Retiring back to the pits. You got Williams, and we're going to have Nelson as well now, 3rd place. So this battle between, well, it's not really even a battle now between Paul Nelson and Wojciech, would be for the final podium spot. Conrad Venter up to 7th.
Darren will be biting his fingernails. Just one more position and they're tied on points.
2 laps to go. Lee Thompson as well could be getting some points as well today. Jumping back up some of these above these people.
Lee's actually made it up into 5th as well. You'll be happy he's kind of stayed out of a bit of trouble.
But he's not too far behind Wojciech as well, so...
And you have Wojciech coming up on Paul as well.
Yeah, and Wojciech isn't lapping particularly quickly. And Lee Thompson goes off, makes a mistake, gets it back. Not sure what happened there.
Commentator's curse.
I do it to him every time. I really am sorry. It's alright, he gets his own back on Sunday, it's fine.
I think we need a new term for this one actually.
Just run a little bit wide there. Got a couple of wheels onto the grass.
It looks like Nenad's trying to reverse into the pit box. I'm not sure if that was a graphical glitch or... But Conrad has made it through up into 7th. Marco Montaldo's up into 8th. So this could actually play into the hands of Cameron Barker as well.
Yeah, Cameron could well get a point here. Yeah, 7th place, 6 points that is. One more, 8 points. Yeah, Lee Thompson looks like he's going to jump up the table as well here, quite a chunk. He'll end up on 15 points, gets himself up into 13th in the championship. You'd never believe that with the kind of season he's had. He's going to crash it now though, you know it.
As Repsol comes around to start his final lap.
Yeah, and Wojciech just has a little moment as well. So if Lee hadn't made that mistake, he probably would have had him. But yeah, Repsol drove faultless race, 28-second lead now. I mean, competition has pretty much fallen off around him. I didn't think this was a track that really challenged the drivers to the point where they'd make lots of little mistakes, but clearly it is.
Do I believe this? Charles has made it into 10th position. So all the spins and tumbles that Charles has had, he's actually in the points on this final lap.
Yeah, he just needs to complete it.
I think he's realised that and he's put it in 6th gear and just driving round.
Just as we see Repsol coming through. This last left-hander, not pushing the car at all. Fantastic race from him once again. Unbelievable performance this season, just to prove nothing has been a fluke. Wins another one here in Australia, Phillip Island, round 16. Great drive, Tony Repsol, well-deserved win. Doesn't want to do anything stupid though. I thought for a minute he was about to turn back on the track. But P2, this is a driver who's going to be absolutely delighted with this result. Liam Williams coming through the last turn. Let's hope he doesn't run out of fuel, do anything silly.
Puts a wheel on the grass, hits the pit lane. I've seen it happen before.
Fantastic result from him. Conrad Venter as well, 7th place. He will be delighted with that. Paul Nelson in 3rd. That's probably the highest I think he's had all season with a podium. I don't think he has been on it. No, just checking the results, he hasn't.
Nope.
Wojciech in 4th. He'll perhaps be a little bit disappointed with that. Definitely had the pace for a second today. Liam Williams, Lee Thompson in 5th place. He's delighted as he crosses the line as well. Crash it all you want now, son. You finished the race. 5th place, 10 points. Well done. Aaron Rodriguez, after that disastrous first lap collision with his teammate, finds himself in 6th place. As we said, Conrad Venter in 7th, Marco Montaldo, the other Venezuela GP car, in 8th place. Cameron Barker also caught up in that first lap. And 9th place, Charles Sears, 10th place as well. He was off the track more than I've had at dinners, I think, today. John Allett in 11th. Peter Velkoff finished 12th and Nenad in 13th. That's really going to hurt Nenad with his chance to go for 2nd. And actually, Marco Montaldo closes the gap on him, just a few points.
Well,
But yeah, some great results.
Interesting race. I'm sure we'll have a few people for interview after this one.
Yeah, and it looks like Liam's run out of fuel as well, so he timed his pit stop to perfection. I don't know, maybe he's just revving the pants off it. The gears.
Wow. Tony's still doing donuts. While trying his best to. It's quite difficult to do some donuts in this car, actually.
Yeah, I think we'll just take a little minute, perhaps go to small commercial break or something like that while we get the replays up of the start, get some people up here ready for an interview. And we're back. A couple of drivers waiting for an interview. I think we'll get P2 man up. He's going to be delighted. Liam Williams. Let's just bring him up. Liam, congratulations today. First podium of the season. You must be delighted with that. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, I'm absolutely overjoyed, of course. Well, ended up qualifying, didn't realise I was on race fuel, so ended up a little bit further down than I would have liked, but luckily I was that kind of kept me out of all the carnage that happened just ahead of me, and I think something probably happened behind me as well. And then, yeah, it was just a case of keeping it on track, and I pitted early as usual because I wasn't entirely confident having Wojciech and Nenad right behind me. Should have taken tyres because my tyres towards the end were just horrendous. I could see Paul closing in on me quite quickly, but yeah, luckily everybody else seemed to crash around me, and yeah, absolutely overjoyed at that.
I mean, you said obviously about the tyres wearing out, and the fact that a lot of drivers, made mistakes today. I mean, is it a hard track on the tyres, and is it a technical track that sort of throws you off easily?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had one incident at turn 2 where I went off, but luckily I managed to slow it down before I hit the grass enough so that I didn't lose too much time or hit the wall. But yeah, it was just the right front. I mean, it had something like 13% more wear than any other tyre, so I think that probably created a bit of an imbalance. So yeah, on some corners it was just horrible, and I mean, turn 2 for the last 10-15 laps, well, probably about the last 10 laps, I was just taking it so easy round there. It's turn 2, I'm sure, as you know, is just a horrendously easy corner to lose it on, but yeah, it all turned out alright because everybody else crashed. So
You've jumped up to 66 points now, which puts you in front of John Allott in 8th place, just behind João Rodriguez. So what are we hoping for the rest of the season? I mean, we've got 2 more rounds left. There's a few drivers in close proximity to you now. I mean, 5th place in the championship, Colin Cunliffe in 88 points.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've always been one that, for me, providing you finish the race, that's how you get the points. And yeah, it seems to have worked, and yeah, I'm hoping to keep on going. I mean, I didn't get that much practice in here, but I was happy with my pace, and yeah, hopefully I can get the guys ahead of me. The main person I was worried about was Wojciech, because we started the race on the same points. So I was really looking at 9th as the best I could do, but yeah, with this result, hopefully I can maybe sneak another podium or two and yeah, do a lot better than I had originally planned at the start of the season.
Well, congratulations again. Just before I hand you over to Dean, see if he wants, is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to?
Lee for firstly finishing and getting a 5th. Paul as well. I mean, that seemed like a great drive for the 3rd, and yeah, and everybody else that crashed, I think.
Dean, you got anything for Liam?
Just Zandvoort next week. What are your expectations?
Zandvoort is a track that I do like. It was the first track that I ever drove the Star Mazda on. I'm very used to the track in the car, so yeah, if I can get enough practice in, hopefully I can really challenge for another podium.
Great.
Congratulations again, mate. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll get you back in here on the podium again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Right, let's grab P3 up, Paul Nelson. Also best result of the season, so he's going to be pretty stoked, I think. Hi, Paul. Welcome to the booth. You must be absolutely delighted with that. Best result of the season. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, hi guys. A little bit surprising. It turned out a thoroughly exciting race, and I thought for a few moments it was looking to be a very boring race. As you see, we had a big accident in turn 1, and I just managed to get a clip from somebody there, and who had slowed for the accident. And I decided, I didn't pit because the damage wasn't quite that bad, but it was slowing me right down, and I had to survive about 10 laps before I could pit in order to take on enough fuel to make it to the end. So I putted around, and when I did pit, I took tyres because I've been running around in a damaged car for a while. I thought they were going to be pretty rubbish, the tyres, and I took the tyres, which probably cost me about 10 or 12 seconds, and I've come out. And ended up having a very exciting finish to the end with Wojciech, who was chasing me very hard. And, he must have had a problem to slow at some point. And I can only but wonder what would have happened with my chase of Liam there had I not taken the tyres. I would have been right level with him, but then I would have had very worn tyres, so who's to know. But I managed to catch him up a little bit there towards the end, but I couldn't quite get close enough.
Yeah, he said he was struggling on tyres as well right at the end and can see you coming. So tyres are obviously an issue here. Is this something that you tested in test sessions, or had you known from previous sort of official races? It's always a bit of a trouble track for it.
Just the nature of the high speed, yeah. It takes a bit of life out of the tyres. They're not normally too bad, but I mean this race is just long enough that you'll start to feel the effects. But in my case, it was more that I'd had to run around with a badly damaged car for the first 10 laps, so I thought that's probably not the best for the tyres, and just precautionary, I thought I'd take on a fresh set at the stop, but mainly because I thought it was probably going to be a boring finish and just for safety reasons, but as it turned out, I was in the thick of battle, so in hindsight, I wish I hadn't have taken the fresh tyres, and I would have been right level with Lee, and at least not having to worry about Wojciech so much. But we had a good little fight with Woj there towards the end.
Dean, you got anything for Paul?
Firstly, congrats on the podium on your home Grand Prix. Just next week, Zandvoort. Now, I know you've done plenty of running in the past, but what are you expecting?
Yeah, who's to know? It's going to be interesting there. Because it's such a tight fight. Maybe the pit strategies might play a little bit come more into play than usual. Qualifying is going to be as important there as anywhere in the season. So, I think the guys that want to get in during the week and be ready to go coming next week.
And just before you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, there's probably plenty, but if I choose one, someone else will be upset with me. So I'll just say hello to everybody, and I'll see you again soon.
Well, thanks, mate. Congratulations again on best finish of the season, and we'll see you next week for Zandvoort penultimate round.
Thanks, bye.
Right, I'm just going to bring up a gentleman who will be absolutely delighted with his race result today, and I'm thrilled that he's going to be in here happy to talk to us for a change, and that's Lee Thompson. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the commentary box, and welcome to a points finish.
I'm in a post-race interview. Hi, this is so strange. Yeah, great, happy. Congratulations, especially to Liam, first of all. Yeah, second place, fucking awesome. That's great. But yeah, I'm happy just to have had a relatively straightforward GP260 race for once this season.
You had some you had some incursions off the track and whatnot throughout that. We see a lot of drivers making mistakes as well. It's a tricky track, this one in the Star Mazda?
Yeah, as Dean can testify, when he was watching my first exploratory laps at about 8:30 when I first got on the circuit, it was it took a bit of learning, but actually for myself, I was doing all right. I got caught in turn one in the first lap incident, which was a shame, but luckily didn't have any damage. And then I didn't really have any off tracks the whole race, I don't think, until almost the penultimate lap where just my concentration went and I ran a little bit deep into turn 2. But otherwise, I was really happy running as consistently as I could hope to do, mid to high 26s the whole time, keeping pace with Paul Nelson and Wojciech Rabstein in front, and keeping a similar gap to João Rodriguez behind. So yeah, that's about as good as I could hope for, really.
Your teammate had a bit of a shocker again today. If it's not one of you, or both of you, it's the other one. Not had much luck in the Caterham this season.
No, I mean, I was thinking, earlier on, the beginning of the season feels like a long time ago now, and I remember, setting my aims, my goals as being, maybe top 10 in the championship, hopefully being the highest finishing sort of ARC driver, and yeah, I quickly had to readjust that, and I think it's been similar for Aaron. Aaron's found a lot of pace during the season, but yeah, it's just an element of luck and an element of your position that you put yourselves in, and yes, we've not really managed to get any points as we go through the day.
Well, you have jumped a few of the Apex Racing lads, so with today's results, so you must be pretty delighted about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if I've now scored more points tonight than I have in the rest of the season. I think I've only had 2-point scores before, and they were very low. So I'm sure I must have improved on that.
Yeah, you were 5 points before, so you've doubled your points tally for the whole season. Well, you doubled it more than in just one race. So yeah, 15 points in total. I'm looking at it. Probably jumped yourself up into 13th place. So you've just jumped in front of your teammate actually.
Yeah, I'm equally happy with that and depressed that that 15 races is that now, and for me 16, sorry, and for me to manage to improve by that much in one race is sad, but hey ho, I'm glad to finish on a good note. I think that's going to be the last race I'm going to be running. I believe I'm going to be in the commentary booth now the next 2 races, since I have completed my minimum requirements to get in the prize draw. So I'm glad to have finished on a bit more of a positive note at least.
It'll be great to have you up here, and look forward to that.
Cool, thank you very much. Just before I go then, just thanks to everyone from my point of view as a driver, so I don't get the chance to come on here very often, so yeah, it's been a great series despite my struggles, but we've got a great group of drivers as well as obviously everyone behind the scenes helping us out, so I'm very thankful that I was able to get in the place here, and I shall see you all for the next couple of weeks in the booth.
Yep. Cheers, Lee. Take care.
Bye.
Right, that's pretty much the last of our interviews as Charles has disappeared from the channel. So yeah, just wrap it up really. Dean, who do you want to give as your driver of the day?
Ooh, you've got too many to choose from.
I know, it's a big one, this one.
Liam for second, Lee for finishing.
Conrad for 7th. You know?
I'm sure Darren won't agree with you on that one, but
yeah, I'm not sure really who to give it to. I mean,
I think I might say all three of those actually.
Yeah, I think actually all three really deserve a mention to get that one. So yeah, congrats to all of them. But yeah, that pretty much ends the coverage. I'm just want to give a shout out to all the sponsors again. So GT Omega Racing, Sim News Daily, Apex Racing League. Big thanks to those guys for supporting the series and the championship. Wouldn't be able to do it without them. And also don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And we'll be sure to try and get this up on YouTube as quickly as possible for those that want to watch it back on there rather than Twitch.
I'll probably try and get that done tomorrow, just after the V8s. Oh no, the V8's out on that tomorrow.
Yeah,
early,
V8's
so.
a week off, so yeah, we'll see what we can do for the guys. Try and get that up as soon as possible for them. Right, but from myself, Alex Simpson.
Myself, Dean Prescott.
It's been a great GP260 round 16 here from Phillip Island, but we wish you all a good night, and we'll see you next week at Zandvoort.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatic, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 to the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR high racing.